All right, everybody, welcome to Module 3, Energy Requirements for Exercise. And in this introduction to this module, what I want to do is this is really where we get into looking at nutrition in a big way, because one of the things we're going to do here is we're going to talk about calories and how many calories do athletes need and active individuals, how much do they need? And we're going to look at the energy expenditure components. We're going to look at ways to measure energy expenditure and some of the common methods which we use to estimate energy needs. In this section, I'm excited because I'm going to show you some laboratory data. And a lot of times this is something that practitioners don't get to see a lot of. Because I'm a researcher and I'm in the lab some, I can actually have data I want to show you during rest and during exercise. Again, I'm excited about that because oftentimes health professionals don't get to see that. And then I can show you how we can use this to train your athletes. And then we'll finally finish up looking at technology and how to track intake and expenditure using some of the technology that's out there. Well, there's no question about it. Calculating energy needs and understanding how many calories athletes need is a major priority when you're counseling them so they can achieve optimal performance. Proper energy intake is going to equal peak athletic performance. If you've got an athlete that's not eating enough, then they're probably not going to have the energy they need to complete their workouts, and their training sessions are going to suffer. If you've got athletes that are taking in too many calories, then they're going to be gaining weight at times when they probably shouldn't be gaining weight. So you're trying to find a balance here and find that optimal intake that's going to allow them to achieve optimal performance. One of the things I want to point out is, when you're looking at athletes who need to make changes in body composition, you got to make sure that they're eating enough, because sometimes they're not. And when you look at changes in body composition, really those changes should be made in the off season, at least well out from the competition or their competitive season, because it's really difficult when you're trying to, say, lose body fat and you're trying to train many hours a week or a day, multiple hours in a day. It just becomes really challenging to try to lose body fat during this time and really get to that optimal body composition. So really kind of focus on those aspects months out from your competitive season or the competition. And that's really going to that's one of the lessons I've had to learn over time, is to really focus on the body composition and weight goals well away from the actual competition. How many calories do athletes need? Well, we're going to talk about it, but it really depends on the training cycle. How much training are they doing during that particular phase? Are they injured? How many athletes do you know that continue to eat the same even though they're injured and they're not training as much? That's going to be a problem. Maybe some of you have kids. How many of you guys have kids? They're still growing, and so they're requiring more calories during that time of their life. Growth is important, and you're going to need more calories then. I think we've mentioned this, but long-term reduction in energy is going to hamper their training and negatively impact performance, even to the point where we can start to decrease muscle mass and strength and endurance and compromise their immune function. And over a long period of time, it can lead to nutritional deficiencies. And so that's something we definitely want to avoid when you're, counseling your athletes regarding their nutrition. In the next section, we're going to look at energy balance, and I look forward to seeing you there.